soon?
Yeah, we tagged. I'm about to go live on this. And we are live from the ranch. Good day, fellas. How y'all doing?
What's happening? Back at the ranch.
Back up the ranch. Jonathan, move up a little bit. You're good. How you doing? How you guys doing today?
Good, straight. Wonderful Saturday.
Straight.
Football fever.
Football fever is close.
It's coming.
You winding down, getting around to these last little playoff games. Preseason games where everybody's working. Everybody's trying to make the team, trying to make that last spot, trying to impress the coaches. Everybody's trying to stay healthy. You don't want to pick up any injuries in this situation. So, that's what it's all about. Today we're going to take a look at some more NFL divisions. We're going to jump into the AFC. The AFC North division. Duke, you're familiar with the AFC North.
Oh, very familiar.
Steeler Nation.
No secrets in that division. You know what plays are about to get called. It's coming.
Yeah, it's going to be hot and heavy. That's how they do. Nonstop, bang, tough, black and blue division almost. Like this is a hard nose. When it gets cold out, you in Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Cincinnati.
Yeah.
No dome stadiums.
No domes.
Everybody
Listen,
out.
That's the one conference that if you put a dome up, somebody's gonna be upset.
Oh
yeah. No. It's not a part of what we do.
Yeah, it's a great atmosphere. I was in Pittsburgh a couple years ago in the last second Zeke run game with the boys, but it was
had to bring that up.
It was a great time down there. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start with the divisions. We're gonna take a look at the head coaches. And we got the head coaches in the division, and you got two world championship coaches, Harbaugh, and with the Ravens, and the other aspect of this division is really interesting because I think you have Marvin Lewis, who's been there forever. It seems like he may be second to Belichick in how long he's been, coaching tenure in the league.
Marv knows he got some secret stuff going on. He knows somebody up top.
Yeah. And then you got Hugh is trying to turn around the Browns, a tough task. You got your man Tomlinson, who's been a fixture with the Steelers, world championship, been to another Super Bowl. So the coaching in this division is really tight. I think you got two champions and you got two franchises that are trying to come up, that are trying to really make a move, this year. Cleveland is talking about another turnaround. That will be probably the best turnaround ever.
Yeah.
In there. So you're looking at the last 2 years with Cleveland, and the Cleveland team has really, what are they, 1-15?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're 1-15. So you look
Not
at
good. Not good.
not good. And you look at the Bengals, who've had some success, but really haven't done it in the playoffs.
Right.
So looking at this division, I mean, just on the looking at it, you would say it's the Steelers' division to win.
Yeah.
But even though if it's the Steelers' division to win, the one thing about playing in this division, and I think whereas it goes to playing a lot of divisions, the Steelers may win the division, but they're gonna get beat up. That's the toughest part.
Yeah.
Coming out of the
It's
division.
always been their toughest thing, with that division.
Yeah.
Getting you're going to get lumps, bruises, batter. Everybody's going to play you tough. Whether they're 1-15, they haven't beaten you. They're going to play you to the nth, and that's what about this division. It's just hard nosed outside, cold weather. When it changes, hard nosed. Hard nosed teams have been really function by their defenses. A lot of teams, these traditionally been known to play, their defenses or the personality of the team here in this division. Anybody who's on the hot seat here? Is Hugh on the hot seat? I mean, he's like, you can't win 2 games in 2 years.
I mean, he may be on a hot seat, especially because they put out some money. I mean, they put out money a few times, but this time they put out some money. They got some names. The draft picks, they not expected to win just 2 games at the most. They expected to at least get about maybe 7 wins. They looking to get there. So if he has another 0 in the beginning of his record, I definitely can see something gotta happen.
Right.
I definitely can see that because this year is like it's real ups for him. Like it's supposed to be real ups for him.
Yeah, and they got the we'll get into the quarterbacks a little bit later. I think the Steelers are pretty solid. Thompson is there. I mean, they're traditionally. You think so, Duke? Or I mean, they've had 3 head coaches.
I look at them first and foremost in terms of Cleveland and Hugh being on the hot seat. I don't think it's a hot seat for him. He's
taking over
let's
Cleveland.
Look at what he was working with.
The organization.
You had nothing. So
yeah,
now he's gonna have a year in his belt, and I can assure you they will not be. And this is coming from a Pittsburgh fan.
Okay,
they will not be a 1 or 2 team. Two victory teams,
and
they just won't. And just the personnel changes.
And you're taking that pick to the casino, I can see.
Oh, of course. Anybody who want to come with me, we can go. But they will not be a 2-win team. They got players now. They have guys. They have names players. Now, does that mean that they are going to win the Super Bowl? Of course not. But you're not going to come in there and think, these are the Browns. Yeah, this is going to be 30. No.
Right.
They just got. Right. Their personnel changed. Their GM made some real moves, and things are going to be different now. For us, getting back to us,
Steelers Nation,
black
and gold.
If you've been a Steeler fan, the play that you have been seeing the last 5 years or so is not acceptable. Okay. Just because. Look, listen. We always took pride on our defense. That's what it is. You don't let anybody score 21. We're gonna get a victory. You score, and the other team has the ball with 2 minutes left. You're not getting in the end zone. It's just not gonna happen. It's gonna be a turnover. It's gonna be a 4th and out. It's done. That was our style. What they have going on with this defense on this back end, I don't know what's happening. It seems like it's taking them too long to get that fixed, to get it fixed, and it's coming from Tomlin's a defensive guy.
Yeah, he's a defensive coach.
So for me, is but they do things by committee in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
as we know, just because Tomlin's the head coach, right?
Yes,
but he's not going outside that Steeler family to pick up his own goods. Okay. It's just not happening like that. They're going to say, this guy is part of who we are, he's our family. No, regardless of what you want to do, they're going to bring somebody in who the organization feels that's supposed to be there. So So he can't take all the blame, you know. I'm quite sure if he wanted to go hand pick some of the guys, he would
Yeah, because they've had Todd Haley there,
Right,
whose
right.
dad was a scout.
right. Pittsburgh guy, you know, he's from PA and
Little known, Radio Raheem's father was a Pittsburgh scout.
all right.
Yeah, he was in Pittsburgh. Do the Right Thing movie.
Yeah.
Radio Raheem.
Oh, yeah.
The actor, his father, he just passed on. His father was a big time scout for the Steelers back in the day. Yeah. So like definitely like I see it's the Steelers division to win.
Yeah.
And it'll be a tough battle. But I still see the Steelers coming out taking this division.
Yeah, 12,
and I think the
11,
pressures of Steve,
12 wins, maybe, you know.
and it's not about for the Steelers. It's not about winning the nation. It's about winning the chip. It's
Oh,
about
that's it.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's about getting there and winning the chip.
Yeah, it's no deep into the playoffs. It's like,
and
okay.
seeing what's going on.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the quarterbacks in the division. You got Tyrod Taylor, who's going to start, I think, starting off. We'll talk about the young Mayfield a little bit later. You got Ben. How much longer do you think Ben's going to play?
Well, what they've done, what helped them is they, never seemed like they never went out and got a guy, a guy to back up, to groom, to prepare him. Because sometimes that might make it easier for you to step away, because he's probably loyal to the organization.
And he doesn't want to leave him
I
hanging.
don't want to leave him hanging and watch y'all go 4-12. But I don't think that they helped the situation by, not grabbing someone. Like Ben was the guy for a long time, and it was like, okay, this guy's in his 12th year.
Yeah.
When do you decide that you're going to go get somebody? They didn't do that. They probably just started like the last 2 or 3 years.
And bring somebody in and say, hey, look,
so they can
like, you were grooming. And like they did, and Ben, I think they drafted Ben was like, why are we doing that? That's not helping me win. It's a funny thing because the veteran quarterbacks are like, why y'all drafting a quarterback? I need a wide receiver. Like, that, but it's the name of the game. It's the nature of the beast or whatever. Like,
you can't stay here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You can't play forever.
You can't play forever.
And the thing with Ben, Ben might have I think he needs to go in the next. I don't think he needs to play 4 years.
Nah.
I think maybe 2.
Yeah, two tops.
Yeah, but the thing with Ben was it was crazy that he got so much longevity because
his style of play.
His style of play, he takes a lot of shots. He stays back there. He holds on to the ball. And he's a big target to hit. So I mean that helps him sometimes. He can throw the ends off of him, but at the same time, you're a big body to hit, to tee off on, so it's surprising that he actually stayed in the game this long, but I think the last couple of years they start seeing, and they start actually complaining about, the Pittsburgh nation start complaining about him holding the ball too long, and the coaches want him to try to get the ball out a little faster.
It's the gift and the curse.
So,
he's
a playmaker.
Lived off of it.
It's kind of like, but he's a bigger guy. It's kind of like with Romo and Aaron Rodgers and those guys are seeing getting hurt. And I said, the style of play doesn't lend to you playing. And I said, because you're 37, 38 now, you're not getting away from these guys like they used to. And when they get you, even with the relaxed rules, it's not like the 70s when they get you, they used to get you.
Right.
You still can find yourself getting injured. Instead of a guy to look, I'm throwing the ball away, Eli Manning. If it's picked off, it's picked off, but I'm not hit. Whatever. I'm not taking that abuse or trying to scramble and make a play. It's either there or they got it or I got it, or whatever. I'm leaving up there. And Ben's being a big guy. I mean, he's been able to, take a beating and miss some games and come back and still be able to play. Yeah, I think he has 2 more years in.
Yeah.
And then
two tops.
Two tops, and then, I think he'll turn it up or they'll be looking to move in a different direction. Another quarterback, Andy Dalton. He's been with the Bengals for a long time, 2nd-round pick. He was, came in 2nd-round pick. Everybody was surprised how well he did out of TCU, but the Bengals really haven't had success, and like we say, the quarterback and the coach have a record. So I mean, it's not all on him, but Andy, is he? Are the Bengals going to move on from him and finally, if he doesn't do something this year, say, look, we need to kind of get a better player in that position?
They're going to move on from him. I mean, I would have been moved on from. I never liked him, but because
you never liked Andy Dalton.
No, he had arguably the 2 best receivers.
He had a lot of talent on the team.
He had a lot.
They were squad.
You know what I'm saying? Like he reminded me of the young Matt Ryan when they had young Julio Jones, and old
Rodney White.
Rodney White.
You know, like you got this talent around you, and you're not
In the running team, good defense.
and you're not doing it. You know, you're looking good on paper. You're winning games, but that team you have should be.
Is it to the point? I heard he just can't pull the trigger on a tight throws that you need to win when it needs to win. Like he's like there's college open and there's NFL open, and then there's NFL open. You got the talent to make this throw for us to win. Like, you know, there's different levels or degrees of being open. Yeah. Look, it's money time. We're playing a good team. We need to fit this in a tight window. First down, touchdown, win the game. Does he lack that? I mean, you probably see him a lot. You know,
yeah. You know what? He's a quarterback that he can make all the throws. He can make all the throws. I mean, we've seen him do it. We've seen him. I think he does some good things, but he's not a great quarterback, and we can say that about a whole lot of guys. You understand what I'm saying?
He plays good,
right? He plays good,
and sometimes he may even play great. But he's not a great player.
No. Then we got someone saying Brown's second. Browns is gonna be second. And I believe him.
This.
I mean, they're trying to make some money now. I mean, people going to the
Brown second.
Royce Castro, baby brother.
Hey, how you doing, Castro?
Castro, I'm with you. Hey,
listen, Royce. We here talking all good things about the Browns. I mean, we said that you won't see the same Brown team now.
Speaking
whether or not they're going to finish second, is yet to be seen.
Yeah, definitely. That's a big jump. Well, Hard Knocks, you're talking about the greatest turnaround in sports. I mean, that's a lot to say. I think you'd be a little more humble. Don't put the pressure on yourself. Look, let's play with money. Like we're going to come out here and surprise some people. But look, you gotta have confidence. Hey. You're gonna come in there like that's what you want. Like I'm the baddest man in this. Like that's what you want. Yeah. You don't want to come in me.
They are playing with some. They got an edge.
Well, you gotta in this division. You can't be in this division. You gotta have a chip on your shoulder. You can't walk like.
If you walk in, you walk in.
And unlike all them quarterbacks, even though we think Andy Dalton may be getting moved, the quarterback for the Bengals can be moved in, any day to day. So he's playing with day to day because they got a kid, So he's out of all the quarterbacks, he's the one that's playing with the day to day. I got to get it done.
What about Flacco? Is his last year too? I mean,
he's on his way out, but he doesn't have that. He doesn't have that guy behind him, that everybody's pushing. You know.
Yeah.
So
the kid from LSU, Heisman Trophy winner. He's a project, I think. He's going to take some time, and it's good to light the fire behind you when you're there.
Right. Oh yeah,
that's what I was. Right, that's what I was
looking
at.
You gotta listen. The music is playing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's playing.
Right.
So how long has Flacco, Big Ben? These guys have been there. They've been fixtures under center. You are not going to continue to do this. I mean, listen. You got your money. Listen, they're walking home after these games with the wives, with the girlfriend, saying, "Babe, I think it's one more in me. I think I got two. I don't know." But those are the conversations. You know what I mean? So, I mean, Flacco, Jersey boy.
Jersey, yep.
Audubon.
Delaware.
Yeah.
UD. Pittsburgh recruit. Left Pittsburgh, came to Delaware, took him all the way to the championship.
Big, strong arm, quarterback coach. System. He can be efficient. He's in that system where it was about defense. Do not turn the ball over. Score 17, 21 points, and that the chances of you getting a victory are there. You're not if you're looking for him to go out there and put up 30 points, 35 points. He's not that type of quarterback. Yeah.
So Tyrod Taylor, we're looking at him as a placeholder. Kind of, he's going to give them stability and a chance to win early to build some confidence. Right. We don't want to play a young guy. Young quarterbacks seem to have issues, and we don't need this team losing. We need this team to get some W's under our belt as we transition in. Right. So Tyrod, played against the Eagles, almost hurt his wrist, but he survived that. Moving forward, so we see Tyrod Taylor as a placeholder for, do you think he's the whole season, 6-10 games? How many games do you think before they go with the kid, Mayfield?
Well, we don't know. It may be already wrote down, but we don't know. I'll take, for instance, my team, San Fran.
Yeah.
It was a lockout, and so Alex Smith was the quarterback, but Alex Smith was sucking for the past years, and so we drafted the young guy, and Kaepernick, we drafted Kaepernick, and Kaepernick was supposed to start. Well, the lockout season happened, and he couldn't get no OTAs, he couldn't get no training. So you're gonna go with who knows the system, who knows the scheme, who's been playing for a year. So he already been playing. So we said, you know what? All right, we're gonna start Alex Smith. But when we started Alex Smith, we went on a roll. We start winning, and it was like, whoa, let's not do what we was thinking about doing, earlier in the year,
Go with the flow.
Let's go with the flow. And so then we got, almost got to the championship, and it was like, it clicked to him that he's not going to be able to get us over the hump. Then he got injured, and then that's when he slid in. So we never, he's auditioning, and Tyrod is auditioning for other teams too, also because
be a solid backup.
He knows even a starter. You never know if because he knows that he knows and he feels he's just a placeholder, but he also knows if I do well, it can happen. Take Flacco for instance. The black guy got drafted to start, not Flacco. I can't remember the guy's name. He got drafted to start, not Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco was the rookie too,
right?
And the black guy got injured, and he was still going to be his spot. But when he got in, Flacco learned how to hit that check down to Maurice Rice, and it was all she wrote.
Ray Rice out the backfield.
Ty. So you know what I mean? So he learned how to make those moves, and the quarterback he never got off the bench. So right now he's definitely probably a placeholder, but on doing this audition, he may get traded because now if he does good, he's a chip. We can get something for him, so that's always something.
You're speaking about
I'm back with back to Tyrod.
Well, he's this is what we can say. He is better than what they've had probably in the last 20 years.
Exactly.
Like really,
I mean,
like
really
20 years.
Yeah.
You haven't had a QB, a consistent quarterback in about 20 years. They were running through the Browns quarterbacks, and shout out to Woj, Walter the American Dream. He's a Browns fan. I told him a long time ago.
All right, Walter.
Remember the Browns?
Looks like a lot of people looking to cash in on these Browns this year.
Yeah, they
these Browns. What can the Browns do for you? Get you some green.
Yeah.
Look at these spreads. So
they, they were the Browns were. They used to be the Ravens.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And they moved. Mm-hmm. So I told him to move. He should have went with him, but I guess he liked the colors, something orange. He stuck with it. But that's where we have a shout out to Woe. He's all the way in with the Browns.
Cool. Baker Mayfield. He's the next Cleveland budding star, football, the quarterback of your city. Your thoughts on him? He looked. I mean, I've seen some preseason games against the Giants. He started. He looked sharp. Looks like he can make the throws. It didn't look like it was too big for him. And I think Hugh Jackson gives you good coaching at the quarterback position. I think a lot of times coming into the league, it's where you fall on where you go to and what kind of coaching you get. And I think that's what like Kobe Bryant's father said. He said it's not about being the first pick in the draft. It's about getting with a good organization. Now, Cleveland traditionally hasn't been a good organization, but I think Hugh has been able to work with quarterbacks. A.J. McCarron, he's been able to show that even when he's offensive coordinator, to work well with quarterbacks, and that's why he got hired by the Browns. Mm-hmm. He left the Raiders and was out there and hired by the Browns because his ability to work with young quarterbacks. What you guys feel on Mayfield? Flashy guy, picture with the tiger and the fancy car, stuff like that, shirt off. He's a it guy, dance videos, the whole 9 yards. What do you guys think of Baker Mayfield as a player?
Yeah, I think I like him as a player, and like you said, he's the flash. He's the flash that can play. I believe. I believe he can play. I don't believe he's gonna end up in UFLC throwing 5 interceptions in debut. I don't think he's gonna go over there. But I believe he has the fire, and it's just something always about let's see what we got. The rookie, and then he's liked too also with his fire. It's just a difference of being hated and liked, with the same passion, but it's just it's a thin line, and I think he's going to do well. I think he's definitely going to start soon, because I really don't see, Taylor is pretty good, but I really don't see him, that division is
the future's
tough.
now.
Yeah. And so I don't think he's going to play that long, but you never know. But I think Mayfield is going to be something.
Tyrod's been hurt a few times. Buffalo, whatever he is.
Yeah.
He has been hurt. So on consensus, we got the Steelers coming out this division with some lumps and taking it. In a few weeks, we'll make our predictions and everything like that. But let's jump to.
Well, I know for me, as far as him, right? If I had a 6-pack, I'd take my shirt off in front of a tiger and everything myself too. Why not?
Why not?
Flex that. Flex that young fella.
Yeah, you know how it is. It's a sport. But people they make so much what you do now on social media now is take it and ran with, and that's the whole point. So now you have to see exactly where we are today, and sometimes people take stuff like the wrong way, but it's all good.
It's all good.
It's all good. NFC North. You got the Vikings, Green Bay, Chicago, Detroit coming into this division. Another division that was, at one point touted as a, hard-nosed black and blue division. Green Bay's still outside. Chicago's outside. I think the Vikings, they're in dome or in they were outside. Yeah, so Detroit's inside. It's to me it's the Vikings. The pressure's all on the Vikings.
Oh yeah.
The Vikings won a game away from the Super Bowl last year. They re-signed to defense. They just added the safety Aloka. They haven't lost. They're bringing back the vast majority of their starters. They didn't lose any starters on defense.
The writing's on the wall.
They bring back the young FSU running back. They got hurt. They got hurt last year. Kirk Cousins, the big money move
big money.
Big ticket.
The big ticket.
The big money move at quarterback.
Guarantee all. How you gonna guarantee all?
Yeah, he's playing, with guaranteed money. He's playing with house money.
Yeah.
So the Vikings definitely seem to be the team to beat in that division. You have Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers. He's always, you got Aaron Rodgers, a Hall of Famer, AR-15. He's been getting nicked up, during the seasons or whatever. Green Bay's improved their defense. They got some D-backs now, some cornerbacks. Chicago's young and up and coming. And Detroit's always been Detroit, like, Matthew Stafford and things along those lines. As you look at the coaches, is Green Bay's coach on the hot seat?
I wouldn't say that. But I think he's going to be all right. I mean, you got to take in consideration when I have a bad season, I don't have my quarterback. You said a lot
of times he's had his quarterback.
The record shows, and the record, and it's the quarterback and the coach that has a record. Well, if I don't have my quarterback, and I put so much on my quarterback's shoulders, I get rid of receivers, I bring new receivers, I change personnel here. I don't have a running back for him. They never had a running game for Aaron Rodgers, and so with that being said, Aaron Rodgers is back, so I really don't know if the Vikings is going to get there. I'm with Aaron Rodgers. I'm not counting Aaron Rodgers out. One of the greats.
Mike McCarthy's been their play caller or whatever. I think Aaron Rodgers has shown some frustration with the organization and what they've done. They seem like we have a great quarterback, and it seem like when you have a good quarterback, they kind of like cut corners otherwhere.
Right.
Like, I got a great quarterback, I can take chances or whatever. And one Super Bowl win with Aaron Rodgers is like, like you're really solidified. You have the quarterback. Like, there's no problem. Like the toughest position to get. You have that locked, and you have that solidified. So how long can you go with a great quarterback who's going to start hitting? He's been hurt. He's been his style of play isn't the next 6 years.
Not up. No,
he's not going to be. Up. He's got the arm talent. He's one of all-time greats, but his style of play, buying,
and he can't scramble as much as he used to.
Yeah.
That was one of his biggest things. He would get out of that pocket. When he first started. Yeah, he get out of that pocket
and throw. And he can hit anybody anywhere part of the field.
So when he had that dart and he could move, and he could move real fast. Shocking moving. So. And he can't move no more. That movement is limited now.
Yeah.
And but I'm wondering, what do you feel, Duke?
Hey, listen, he's it, right? He's what you need. But to me, it seems like they have not been the same for. I mean, what did they? That running back spot seems like it hasn't been, and the receiver spot. It seems like it's not.
Yeah,
it's just
Green
average.
Bay, and they
get
some
rid of
guys.
They
Jordan
had the
Nelson.
hard runner.
Yeah.
Who could get a 15-yarder? He can get a 50-yarder.
Yeah.
I don't know. What are they?
They've
by
really been
committee
since they
there or
lost
something?
to the Giants that time. They really haven't been that. When they had that great run, they won the Super Bowl, came back, lost to the Giants in the playoffs. They haven't really been back.
Then the
since then.
receivers,
And
they seem like they had a nice core. They always seemed like
Jordy,
they kept three
they had-
receivers and a tight end.
Yeah,
That tight
they
end.
got rid of
It
him.
seems like it was a well-oiled machine they had going. It doesn't seem like it's.
It seems like they've taken chances. We got a great quarterback, so I definitely.
So we're not paying nobody else.
Yeah, we're not. We're not going to go out and. Well, Aaron really does. We don't have to go out and grab the greatest guy for Aaron. We just need to get some guys and his ability and my coaching and my play calling to get open instead of going out there and getting, legitimate play. Jordy Nelson got hurt too. 1 year, but at the same time, it's all about the team concept and the defense. But it seems like you would have been able to do more and be more consistently there with Aaron Rodgers. But it's a total team effort. I mean, but exactly,
Definitely.
And that's the thing with the organization. Organization know what they're doing. Some coaches we may feel that they're on a hot seat, but they may not because the organization know they're not putting out the money.
Right.
We're not going to put out the money. We won the Super Bowl. Are we still able to sell season tickets? We still able to sell pack the stadium out? Get
it's
top
revenue
dollar.
sharing, so everybody's getting money.
So why would we even go into that, putting out all this money when we're going to get this same amount back, no matter what. So teams do that from time to time,
Well,
and that may be what they're into.
I look at it like this, and you guys could probably will agree. It's 32 teams, right?
Right.
How many of those teams do we really, really, really think are really trying to win the Super Bowl? Do we think you think all of them? So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So now it might be 10 of them.
In a
right?
league where everybody has a chance, too.
Yeah.
Like it's really,
But the beauty is just probably owning a team. Like, like you still going to be in the plus regardless.
you're gonna make
win,
billions.
lose, or draw. You know,
Right.
so
like
It might be like it might be a little more than 10 because you figure it's definitely 2 in each division.
12, 13.
Yeah, it's definitely 2 in each division, and then a couple divisions got maybe 3.
Cardinals
teams.
for years didn't seem like
Yeah,
they were.
Cardinals
And
did.
for years back, they were the
49ers either. 49ers
Detroit.
either.
You know,
Yeah, they
After
seem like-
after you blow them salary cap money that like San Fran did, push it. Cowboys too, don't
Yeah,
leave that out.
But I'm going with the Vikings, man. I like what they do on that defensive side of the ball, man. And you can, if you go back to, let's go back to the NFC Championship.
Yeah.
That it was they were rumbling in that first quarter, so it was a rumble, and then you looked at. I mean, the defense can only hold you up for so long, right?
Yeah.
And then once
they did need a miracle to get there. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, they did need a miracle
Yeah,
at home.
yeah.
They did need.
But,
need something miraculous.
They can. Let's not take anything
Yeah,
away from
from
New Orleans either.
Yeah.
They could have been in the mix too.
I don't know how that happened. I don't know how you.
It
don't
makes
make
me
that
sick, and that's
tackle,
not my
man.
team. As a
I don't
football
know.
fan,
And
I
that's
don't
what
even
I
wanna
think.
talk.
And I think that game is a classic example of why defensive players aren't getting. They say we have great defense, great defenses. Vikings had a great defense, and it took a miracle play to get them there. Let's go out here and get a quarterback.
Oh, yeah,
Because
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
the situation. That's where Donald.
'Cause you're right there, you know.
You're right there. We need somebody that can make a play. If we're going to beat Drew Brees, we got to have someone who's could be in at least in the same building as Drew Brees. You don't have to be in the same
Absolutely.
room. He
Absolutely.
ain't gonna be in the penthouse, but he at least could be in the basement with Brees. Like we're not going, be able to, we got to have something offensively to be able to make plays too. Looking at Chicago, Nagy, the Kansas City Chiefs offensive coordinator, they have Trubisky, the quarterback. There, so I guess they got him to groom him offensively. Chicago's been defensive running, and they had Lovie Smith for a while, but then they went to the offensive side. I think it's a push that they're because of Aaron Rodgers, because of what's going on in that division. We need offense, we need points. So I think
they're one of those teams. Also, they've been, I guess, trying to get it right, and it just seems like it's just not working,
Yeah,
But like I said, it starts a lot of times with that QB. If you can solidify that position, we already know, then it can take you,
And Patricia, that's Mike, the defense coordinator for the Patriots, head coach of the Lions. The Lions are the Lions, I guess. I mean, Matthew
Thanksgiving
Stafford-
team. Thanksgiving team.
I mean, they were the first team to play on Thanksgiving, and then the league asked for a second game, and everybody turned it down except the Cowboys, and people got mad because they play on Thanksgiving all the time.
But trying to kick them off the Thanksgiving game because they were getting beat every year. No,
Oh, they just beating people.
no, they
Detroit.
were getting beat. Detroit
Well, other
was
teams
getting
wanted to
beat.
play, like the Hunt for Kansas City. He wanted so that's why you get that night game now. Like they rotated in. But yeah, the Detroit Lions. Matthew Stafford. What is it up for him this year? I mean, is it?
Hey, well, listen, we just got finished talking about these owners and these certain teams not wanting to, they got there. Listen, if you come to the game, you might come see Stafford throw the ball around. You're going to get excited about it. But at the end of the day, are they a Super Bowl contender?
Nah.
I mean, they had Megatron there. It was a beautiful thing to watch.
Because you imagine if they would gave Megatron a tight end. That could run. That had to be looked at.
Well, they got his tight. I don't know if they just picked the wrong one. I mean, one time they got a couple picks from us. They got a tight end for the Roy Williams deal. They one of their first round picks was a tight end.
Okay.
I don't know what he panned out to be. I don't remember.
Could you imagine Megatron a running back?
But they had the ex Penn State middle linebacker McMillan. They draft receivers every year. He draft like 3
Oh, he
receivers.
did do that. When he was, listen, he was trying. Hey, once they got their quarterback, he was like, listen, we're gonna give him whatever he wants.
I'm gonna go 0-16. They had 0-16 year with Marinelli. I mean, it's just Detroit is Detroit. Aaron's the class of this division when healthy. Trubisky's in a good position because he's young and not a lot of expectations. Kirk Cousins has the most weight on him. Like he's like, look, I got the guaranteed money. We expect to be in the Super Bowl. Minnesota Vikings. We've never won the Super Bowl. We lost 4. We expect to go to the Super Bowl and win. We got a defense, and you're the quarterback that's supposed to put us over the edge. So I think Aaron has a chip over his belt. He's competitive, wants to win, but definitely this is riding on the Vikings.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely riding on the Vikings.
Definitely.
Do you think Kirk Cousins can hold up to this expectation?
Whew.
No.
John's like,
I'm rooting for him, though.
No.
I'm rooting for him.
I mean,
I like
he
him.
played
I like
his own
him.
hand.
Yeah, he's in there. He's in there. And listen, how can we forget? Remember the game?
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, you like
that.
Kirk Cousins has never showed me anything, especially how to get that kind of money guaranteed.
Yeah, the money was a little over the top, but hey, I'm not knocking the hustle.
I liked you in Redskins because you was playing with no urgency. You didn't have to win, at one point. Then when you got the real nod, once they really moved from RG3, you didn't do nothing, and it's like, I don't see it, They should have kept the guy they had, and
you think?
Yeah, you should have kept the guy he had. You don't move.
I don't think he was ready though.
He may not have been ready, but you don't move. He may have been ready this year now.
Case Keenum?
You don't move from
Case
Keenum.
You don't Case Keenum's Case Keenum. We got to move for Case.
Nah,
Case Keenum's in Denver not doing
somebody
anything.
gets you there. He got you there.
Sometimes they get you there. Sometimes a broke
you
clock's
gotta
right
be able to
twice a
see
year.
that. You gotta be able to see
He
that.
get you there, man. You can't.
You got to make the move. You got to pull the trigger. Case Keenum is Case Keenum.
Yeah.
I mean,
I just don't see.
He isn't solidified in Denver,
right? But I don't see pulling the trigger and getting him and getting Kirk Cousins. If you're gonna move from Case Keenum, I don't think Case Keenum is that worse than Kirk Cousins to give Case Keenum. Kirk Cousins.
You're just saying who they got. If you're gonna make a move,
if you're gonna make a move, I don't think you should.
You don't think they
You don't go from a C.
The money
to
they paid
a B minus.
The money they paid.
If you
return on investment.
Yeah, if
you're talking a return on investment.
You want to look at the dough, then.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't go from a C to a B minus if you're gonna get rid of someone for the money, and the C got you here.
Cheese.
The C got you to this point.
Major
you don't leave
cheese.
that for that. You just don't do it.
Well, guess what? The beauty of it is we all about to find out.
Yeah. I mean, that's the one thing. It's all on the field, and that's definitely what it's all about. It's definitely all on the field, and you can find out exactly where you stand. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're going to find out, what moves they make and how they turn out. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to get into a couple more divisions here on the Ranch Sports Talk Live down here in the Ranch. We're going to do it. Get some grub or something.
Be right back. Grub sounds good.
Yeah,
Grub sounds good.
I'm opening that 1800 up, man.
Gonna get a slur of speech on this Talk Sports, huh?
1800.
1800, huh?
Yeah. You shared it on yours?
She said 18.
Yeah, I'm gonna mess with it.
You gonna crack it?
Yeah. It's mine. Supposed to be mine. She was, you ain't heard the other night? She said we got the 1800 for you and you ain't open it. I had this rum from up there. The cigar joint. I had this rum from up there.
Hey,
Look at Leo, man.
I know. I've only been here since my last birthday. Since Sunni birthday, we stopped the ball. Yeah, that's been here since June. I know, right?
1800 supposed to be around for a long time. You got any ice in here too?
No.
Up there? It's all good. By the mall, by the Concord Mall. I ain't go there yet. That's where the rip joint was at. That's the name of it. If you ever see a hot spot laying around somewhere, you know you're going to Hopefully it ain't homemade sauce, you know what I mean? And they the only ones that got it. Mm-hmm.
All day. What? Oh, they good too, but you ain't have the rip wings.
I don't know. They better than them?
Yeah, you gotta go.
There's a
good.
sauce on those that's off the chain.
That's
This
the
is
rip
Mexican
one.
sauce on here.
But this is good though. This sauce is good.
Yeah, I like them. They
It's all in the sauce.
You gotta go get them rip ones.
really.
That rip sauce, you put it on anything. What she say? I put that shit on everything. What she say? Red hot. What the old lady say? You ain't never see the commercial, dude?
Nah.
Yeah, you ain't never seen it either. Type it up. Type. I put that on everything. She's an old lady.
It takes you about once a month to get stuff together. Yeah, yeah.
This sauce Hey, Nutty.
Can't lose the wings.
Only moment I'm happy Rod didn't make it. Oh, man. 5 wings, 6 wings gone. Break down. Couple more so man. Expensive though. It was like a little more than that for $10. Yeah, it was expensive though. But that thing was right, man.
Bottle, they all handcraft.
Yeah.
I started to into that joint. My time I got to the They probably like, why the hell
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome. A quick break. A little break for the wings. A little break. How's everybody? Got a little
good.
grub
Hey,
in.
can't lose with wings, man.
Yeah,
I'm telling
can't
you.
lose with wings. Can't mess with the wings. Okay, we're gonna jump into the AFC South.
Yeah.
AFC South. Tennessee Titans, Jaguars, Colts, Texans. Jaguars, won this division, one game away from the Super Bowl last year. Doug Marrone, head coach. Colts get Luck back. The Texans get the young kid from quarterback
Watson.
Yeah,
Gotta love him.
Watson from national championship team and from South Carolina. Clemson. Yep, Clemson. And you had the Tennessee Titans with Mariota. So, it's a very interesting, very competitive division.
Quarterbacks in there. It's good quarterback.
Oh, yeah, good young quarterbacks.
Nice, good crop there.
Nice, good crop there. It's going to be interesting, moving forward on how they, try to groom these young kids. Running games. The Titans moved on from their running back. He retired. From kid from Dallas,
DeMarco Murray.
So so they're moving away from him.
I liked him, man. Good back too. Good, nice, hard nosed running back. Man.
Definitely. So you got let me put this back. You got the division, and you got definitely the quarterbacks in there. I don't think there's a problem with quarterbacking. I think you got the young quarterbacks there. That want to come and play and make, except for Bortles. Except everybody has a young quarterback with potential. Blake Bortles has been seen as the handicap for the Jaguars. They did not do a Minnesota Vikings and go out and try to get a better quarterback or upgrade the position. They said, look, we're going to stay with Bortles, and we're going to ride it out with him. What do you guys think about that?
They should have maybe made a move, but I'd like Duke said, how many people are really trying to win the Super Bowl?
I mean, they're a defensive running the ball team. Marrone is not. As it was denoted in Peterson's book about them sitting on the ball with 55 seconds left. He's not a offensive go rock down the field type of guy. So,
which I believe killed them. That I think that. But first and foremost, I would have let Bortles in there, because he was in an atmosphere that was foreign to him. He didn't know. This is the growing pains of having a young quarterback.
Yeah.
So he went through it. And looking at the AFC Championship game with New England and Jacksonville, I thought Jacksonville had it won, not because of anything New England was doing. It's because they couldn't find a way to keep the gas on.
Right. Yeah.
It was like, okay, I'm comfortable. I don't know if it was
21-10
or something.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, we're going to go into this halftime, and we're going to just protect this lead. Right. No. That's not how you win.
We're here to win.
It's
we're
not
here to
how
go
you win.
for it.
You put your foot on the gas. You got somebody down. The defense is playing beautiful.
But how long are you gonna hold Tom Brady?
Right, exactly. And they, because of that mindset,
and a few calls,
because of that mindset, it was like, okay, New England made these adjustments,
right?
And it seems like that when they made the adjustments, you tend to think that, okay, once you do this, I'm going to do that. Well, New England did this, and they didn't do that to get out of whatever New England did, and that's what happened with them losing. I believe they got super conservative. And last time I checked, AFC Championship game, Super Bowl is not the time to be conservative. It's like when you up, it's no, okay, I'm going to sit on the ball. No, it's you have to win the game.
Yeah, you have to go out and take it.
Yeah, you got to take it.
Scared money don't make money.
You just watched Atlanta.
Atlanta, we watched Atlanta, we watched the Eagles keep pushing.
Keep
pushing.
And they won. So
just watched Atlanta. Same situation, my big thing is, this may shock you guys, but are you two guys big on Luck as the NFL is? I'm not as sold on Luck as the NFL is sold on him as he's the great hope. He's dynamic.
He's good, but not like you're not seeing this.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not saying it can't happen. He's in a division where he can come out a few times because of the division he's in. But I don't see what everybody else see. I mean, maybe it's me. Maybe my glasses is not.
I mean, he's been injured a lot. I mean, he took a lot of, Now he's there with Frank Wright. Frank Wright's their head coach now. It was Eagles offensive coordinator. He's a long-term backup. Had memorable comeback, against Houston, and a big comeback against the University of Miami. He was quarterbacking at Maryland. Yeah, so it was like definitely doing well. So
for
he's a quarterback's coach. So.
Right. For me, with Luck is he showed us something. I don't know, was that his first or second year? He showed us something.
Yeah.
But I don't think that Indianapolis was vested. Because when you get a quarterback, that when you label him as a stud,
you put the things around him.
You tend to go get linemen. Yeah. You tend to go get running backs. You tend
like
to
with
go
Peyton Manning,
receivers.
they had so many first-round offensive picks at skill position.
So that lets you know that they are preparing because we know what we have. I don't know if that happened for him. As much as we heard,
I don't think so.
Luck is that guy.
If you look at the team that Peyton had, on the offense, they had Reggie Wayne.
Oh, they surrounded him.
Marvin Harrison. They had Edric James.
Dallas Clark.
Was the best tight end in the
center.
game.
Do you know any receivers? Do you know any receivers for Indianapolis?
It's 6'1" boy, T.Y. Hill.
That's about it. Yeah.
And
he might be 6'8" or something. He might be my height.
But this is what
This
right.
Is what we,
and even their defense. They had Freeney, Matthews
at
the ends.
They were like let's.
It's a much better team. It's definitely a team concept. I mean,
you can't compare the two teams, but.
No.
But I just don't, I don't see it as much hype as they're giving him though. And like you said, I guess the ownership may feel the same way. The world is hype on him. Let's ride the wave, because I don't really, but he doesn't have the stars that Peyton had. No, he doesn't. Not
and
even
that's where I run into a problem with these teams, with these organizations,
right? Because you know how to put people behind. Money. You know how to put people behind somebody. You did it with Peyton.
Right.
You watched Peyton do it, and now you feel like you got another Peyton, and you're not doing it. So what's up with that?
Yeah, it's interesting. They may feel so. Look, we're trying to. I don't know exactly what the culture doing. They rode. They had a hot streak for a while. And kind of fell back off. Yeah. They finally made a move on a new head coach, quarterbacks coach. What about Deshaun Watson? Kind of surprising people.
What about him?
He was coming out of Clemson. I liked him out of Clemson.
Loved him.
And a lot of people was kind of like, he's all right.
The stigma.
Yeah, the stigma.
He fling that ball too much though. Like he get a little too much air under it sometimes. Like he throw it like sidearm, like effortlessly. Like
when you see that,
you didn't see that. You didn't see that.
I mean, how many games did he play last year?
Yeah. He played
like 6 weeks ago.
Yeah, he played
in those 6, I saw something beautiful.
Oh yeah. No, I
gotta ride with that.
Yeah, I definitely seen a lot in him. But so he definitely is promising. I think he has probably the Luck is what he is now. So out of the other three, I think he pretty much has the most upside. Like as far as who can come out. But. I think I still got to give it to the coach to come out, even though.
You think?
Yeah, I just.
Jacksonville.
I guess I am.
Over Jacksonville.
I guess I am caught up on Luck more than I thought.
If you pick him over Jacksonville.
I mean, I don't believe in Jacksonville, really. I believe in Jacksonville's defense, but.
But you don't believe in
them.
The defense might can get him 8 wins.
I think.
Depends on how you match up the season goes.
I think all those teams are better. I think Jacksonville, Titans.
Very competitive.
And Texans are better than Indy.
Yeah.
So you got Indy come as the bottom.
Yeah, I because you don't know what Luck's going to do. I mean, you don't know what Deshaun Jackson's going to do either.
I just look at talent and
talent across
the
board.
You don't see Luck with the parts that he needs.
But also like who's on the board too is for the Texans, J.J. Watt, humanitarian, won a humanitarian award, but done a lot, but has been off injured. I mean, this is kind of like
he got that check.
It's
about got that check.
We talk about messing with people's pockets and stuff. Yeah. This might be it for him. Like if you go down again,
he got that check.
You got $100 million. Like, are we going to be looking now? It doesn't mean that you can't help and you're not a leader, but you know you only as good as you are when you
really can
on the
lead
field,
by playing.
you know?
Yeah, like you have to have results. You have to have
with
you
that
know,
100
the
million,
cash, yeah.
you got to have something.
Yeah.
You know.
Definitely. So and that's going to be interesting, and to see how he comes back and how they can put that defense together and can they, stop people when it matters most. It's not about stats. It's about can you get the pressure and stop him, stop teams when it matters most. And now we look at the Titans with Marcus Mariota. I think he's kind of reaching a point where, okay, you're rookie, we gave you a break, you showed some promise. Now it's time for him to step up and be.
This the year. This the step up.
Yeah, he
year.
showed flashes.
But it's time to step up and be like, okay, we're the guy we're going to guarantee the $150 million for.
Yeah,
he's got to show and step that up and be the player to be from where he's drafted to say, okay, we're winning this game because we have the number 2 pick or number 1 pick in the draft at quarterback, and that gives us the advantage, and that's why we're going to win. We're winning because of him.
Right, which you took the words right out of my mouth. Like it's time to go on the road in a hostile territory, a hostile environment, steal it. Do what you got to do, win it. This is that type of year for him, right?
But on that $150 million, I think every agent already done printed out. They already done printed out Kirk Cousins stats from last year. Yeah, and so it's gonna be real easy to outdo those stats.
Kurt opened up the floodgates.
He opened up the gates. But it's also the market, though. Yeah. You got to be
right because they gave Jimmy G the money off of
8 games
a weekend. You know what I mean?
Well, let's not forget. Listen, the owners are cutting the checks and they don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
All of them aren't cutting checks for 137, 130.
Right.
They're just not doing it for whatever reason, and because they got it. But I want to take time out to give a shout out soon. Okay. Director of Special Services, Leo Lampman.
Okay.
How you doing? Jamala. Wendell Rouse, childhood friend.
Wendell.
Terp. Miss Turpin. Cicely, how are you?
She's at Maryland
happy birthday, I believe.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Definitely.
Watching, tuning in.
Sports Talk Live at the Ranch. Sports Talk for the culture. Definitely, we want to take a look, jump to the NFC South, because this is interesting. Highly contested. Atlanta went to the Super Bowl and choked. Panthers have been in the Super Bowl with Cam. This division has quarterbacks. Both
choked. Don't leave Cam out. Huh? Cam choked too. Don't leave him out.
In the bowl.
Cam, what? Interceptions, fumbles.
The defense. He played the greatest
I
defense.
think that defense would have.
They won by 25 points, Jonathan.
I think they would have got in.
Cam sold out, man.
Yo, he didn't play well. He didn't die for that ball.
He didn't play.
When he didn't die for that loose ball, that's when my thing changed. That's the whole thing changed.
Cam was not Cam. Cam didn't even have to be a full Cam to win that game.
Oh, he had to play well. Denver's defense is legit.
But watching the game, the points wasn't as
the Denver
wide
defense
as it was supposed to be.
The Denver defense put the Patriots and Brady in wraps.
Yeah.
So they were going to do the. They were going to do the Patriots. But Cam had to be super. He had to rush for 150.
Yeah, he had to have one of those games.
Yeah. And he didn't have
him.
Yeah, he
got
run.
the Superman.
All he had to do was just like the Superman. Right? You just got to dive on that loose ball. That's what you got to do.
When you open it up and that S is right there, like
he didn't even play. Okay.
He didn't dive on that loose ball. That's what forever changed me.
And it hurt.
Yeah. That's forever changed me.
That's the last game.
Yeah, like whatever. Like you got to get that ball. Like you can't worry about anything else. Now you dive on that ball. I'm like, okay, but you didn't dive on that ball. Like, yo, dude, like your money is guaranteed more than anybody.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna dive for a ball.
Hey, we talked about that $100 million.
You was definitely.
He
so
definitely
you got
played a part. He didn't even play good. He played bad. So I gotta say he choked also.
Yeah, definitely. So you got the coaches here. I don't think could anybody be on a hot seat here. Rivera, maybe. I don't know. I don't think, it's solid. He's, they're competitive. They make the playoffs. Tampa Bay is up and coming in. We can talk about Jameis Winston in a second.
See, the thing about Tampa Bay is, and we talk about it all the time, that quarterback position is vital. If you don't have that guy under center, it has nothing to do with the coach.
So you don't believe in Tampa? You don't believe? Is we gonna go over there on Winston and all?
Yeah, we want to jump. We want to jump.
See, we like the coach only can do so much. He doesn't play. Manager. He doesn't play.
Yeah.
So all right, Winston's your
dirt
guy.
cutter.
He's not gonna play, right? So whoever the quarterback is, and they don't perform and they don't win games, that makes the coach look like.
But what do you?
You know, well, so hot seat. I'm looking.
Well, let's jump right in.
But you still, to me, you gotta do what you can do with them, though. You know, mainly with the coach. Okay, if you don't have a quarterback and throw down. When does Brady throw for 30, 40 yards down the field? You know, if you don't have a quarterback that can throw, don't have it on. When did Peyton his last couple years throw? You know,
he was just holding on with defense.
Well, you know,
but that's not the when you got a young Winston and you got to win and you look. Let's take a look. You got Matty Ice has been MVP, Drew Brees has been MVP, and Cam Newton has been MVP.
Right.
Drew's won the Super Bowl. He was Matty Ice was going to the Super
veteran
Bowl.
crop besides one.
And one. One of these kids is doing their own thing, and one of these kids one the same. But the whole thing with Jameis Winston, the quarterback position is a position of leadership, and we talked and discussed before. It's an extension of management. With Jameis Winston and what he was involved with, grabbing an Uber driver, how can he be
grab an Uber driver?
Yeah. So how can he be?
Is that what he did
in the nether regions? How can he be the quarterback of your team? Like, you can't, like, that type of person saying the leadership that you need the quarterback position. Your defensive end could be, you know, off the chain or whatever. Your defensive end could be.
He got to be off the chain.
Yeah. You know, you line middle linebacker. Yeah, defense. But the quarterback is such a leadership position. You know, it's just got to be without a doubt. So I think. The reason I look at Tampa Bay, he suspended. The coaching and the quarterbacks other in this division, I just don't see it. I think, and they have to make a decision where they're going to go. Like, do you when we say, is it time to cut the $150 guaranteed check? Do you cut that to Jameis Winston right now on what he's done and what he's been involved in, the suspension? What do you guys? Are you cutting that check? Or are we looking for a quarterback in the draft? Because this may be a bad year.
Well, here's the thing. Tampa Bay is in a great situation. When I say a great situation is, I believe that he's owed $8 million this year, which is $8 million to billionaires.
Yeah.
The next year, right?
Yeah.
I believe he's owed $20 million. So we gonna find a lot out this year whether you worth me paying $20 million.
And it's not about a talent thing. I mean, I think
it's not.
I seen
because I believe he was the guy.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, it's not, but you don't know how people act. It's about emotional maturity. That's the term they use. Emotional maturity. Does he have the emotional maturity to be a quarterback in the NFL?
Soon, John. You know, it's a thing with me where, okay, you know, when you are away from football, okay, it's about still carrying yourself a certain way.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, do things happen? Sometimes, of course they do.
Right.
But when they keep happening, is the problem that I have. Because guess what? We all been around a guy that he's been in a bar fight. Right. But if you keep going to bars and you keep getting into bar fights, it's like I think that you might.
Richie Incognito at his father's funeral trying to cut the head off of the thing, like the person, like that type.
So
of stuff.
you know, it's like if
that's
it
what
keeps
I'm saying.
happening, like if somebody says it. If they
definitely.
say one time, okay, you did something, it's like, but I've been around you and I know you're a character guy. I might look at the guy like, come on, man, I know I met this guy. But then
we make mistakes. It's how you learn from mistakes.
And the next guy saying like, wait a second. It's just like, oh, come on, dude. Like, wait a second. Like something's going on here.
Keep bailing you out.
Yeah, something's going on here. So, but you know, the thing for me is, and it's not all about the money, right? But it's about, you know, your God-given talent and what you bring to the table,
right?
That can get you to supreme wealth, you know, which is, you know, these athletes, okay?
Yeah.
And who wouldn't want to make $20 million for the next 10 years of their life?
Guaranteed.
You know? And guess what you can do? You got a big enough house that where you can go inside your house and do whatever you want to do. And then after you finish playing, you can do whatever you want to do. But it's about, you know, staying under that radar and, you know, it's a whole bunch of other stuff. But I hope the brother gets, the adequate help, and I hope he gets back. And shout out to Terrell Baker, who Jameis Winston is a Florida State alum, and Terrell Baker, cousin, family.
Okay.
Florida State basketball, but you know, we hope that he gets
Man, he's on
everything that
he's on his last strike.
Yeah, this is it.
He's got a full count.
This is it. And listen, we can both agree that the NFL and these other private organizations, hey, they get enough strikes.
Yeah.
Right? Because I can't get a strike, or she can't get a strike, and this person, he can't get a strike at their regular jobs.
Yeah.
So these guys are getting opportunities.
Yeah. I mean, especially unless you bringing in $20 million a month. You may get a few. You'll get a full count if $20 million in sales, whatever. Well, yeah. You bank. You'll probably get a break. But I gotta say, this is a very interesting division. Just
very interesting. I love it. I love it.
It's going to be
because you got to play football.
You got to play football. In that it's not like everybody's coming in without a quarterback. I mean, there's quarterbacks in there.
Nice looking division.
Yeah, the quarterback area, so the talent is your defense is going to have to play. But and what do you see? You see, to me, it's between the Saints and the Falcons.
Right.
I mean that's how I feel.
Hey, this is not one of the conferences other than the Bucks where you say, okay, I'm gonna put the money on them.
Yeah.
Right. This is not one of those conferences. You're gonna be sad. It's a point thing here. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
That it could go either way. if I'm a betting man, when they playing each other, I'm staying away from these guys.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things.
It's a tight situation.
The Saints and Atlanta going to be a shootout.
Yeah.
And big rivalry.
Right, and then Cam's going to do whatever he wants to do on those games. And,
absolutely.
So to me, I still feel the same way. You don't want to count Breeze out. You don't want
never.
It's Breeze. Hall of Famer, one of the best players
in Atlanta because I believe Cam lost one receiver, maybe two.
Then they drafted a kid from Maryland in the first round. Receiver. So
I'm thinking, that's going to be an adjustment. And Winston is going to be out.
He's got McCaffrey.
Winston's going to be out
3 games. So
I think their thing is that if they go 0-3, then it's like it doesn't look good for him. In terms of, we talked about that $20 million.
Yeah. It's like
you're not going to come out of there 4-12 and think they're going to bring you back.
Yeah,
that $20 million, regardless if you're on the field or not.
Yeah, it's time, you're off the field because you're off field behavior.
Right, exactly.
You caused. It wasn't like you get an injury. You acting a fool got you off, and now we started 0-3 in this tough division.
Right.
We can't trust you.
Right.
So the trust is gone.
That's a big thing.
And we need to move on. We need to look in a different direction.
What comes down to that too is when you give these kids this money and then they're the leaders of the family. When I'm the leader of the family at 24 and everybody's just yes, oh, we should do this, we should do that, and you don't have that guidance. Like, I know parents, fathers that still live, in $100,000 houses and their kids is making millions, but they're the fathers that get on their kids. It's not, because
it's not about the money.
It's not about the money. They still live in the house they grew up in.
Right.
And I see them and they get on their son like, yo, what was you doing with that? Why would you do this? So when you don't have that from the dad, you don't have that, from my uncle.
You can. Each one of us sitting here, and it doesn't matter what ethnic group you belong to. If you give me $20 million at 20 years old, it's gonna be some problems.
Yeah, I got in trouble broke at 20 years old. I got stories to tell with lint in my pocket at 20 years old.
You got in trouble broke?
But that's all before social media and video documentation. So, names.
Thank goodness.
Names have been changed to protect the guilty.
The innocent, right?
Shout out to Mike Jennings. Mike Jennings,
cuz. What's up, cuz?
What's up, some shout outs over here also.
I was actually shocked that Pac-Man cleaned his life up. Like Pac-Man was going, like he should have been out. And then he came back.
Marvin Lewis.
Yeah.
Marvin Lewis.
Yeah.
I dubbed him the Whisperer. He whispers to those types of individuals.
And you need him. You need him on your team.
Yeah, you need him on the team, man. He just goes over there.
So it's a couple that that was.
And he was even in the last altercation. He was in the right when he got attacked in the airport.
So he grew up.
Right. So we watched it and we seen it. We seen it happen. We seen people turn their careers around.
We on your side this time, Pac-Man. Right?
Yeah, like when you're young and you out there, doing your thing and everything like that, and it's kind of, especially when you don't have that stability, coming from definitely.
Vital. But there's some shout outs. Miss Juana Bonilla Snow, thanks for tuning in.
Oh, thank you.
Mr. Reggie Welch, I see you, brother. This is New Jersey royalty, pride of Woodrow Wilson High School.
Well, that's a high school.
Woodrow Wilson High, Coppin State University.
That's
class
somewhere.
of '92, baby.
Coppin State.
We telling our age now. Almost 3,000 points.
Oh, wow.
In high school, man.
You did work.
Might have you on the show, man.
Yeah, definitely come down.
Baby
Definitely,
brother, Tremaine Gatson. How you doing, man?
Cool.
And Carlton Brown, Lawnside native.
Lawnside.
Taffy Homer, childhood friend. How are you?
How you doing? Good. Yo, but real quick, let's jump in to the other big news. Urban Meyer.
Herb.
They came
we
down.
call him Herb now. We not Urban. We Herb.
King Herb.
Herb with the E. E-R-B.
Herb money. Ohio State did their investigation and did their findings. They suspended him for 3 games. He wrote a letter, somebody, apologizing that, 3 games. I found it hard to be. I said about 3 games. I remember if you roll back the tapes, I said he'll be suspended for the 3 games. He'll be back for the Big Ten. I said he'll be back, and I based that on 73-8, a national championship, and several consecutive victories over Michigan. That's why
Get the millions you were saying. We was talking about. You get a couple strikes when you're bringing in that.
It's
So
a situation he's in,
and it was a situation. He didn't handle it according to their bylaws, the way you have to report stuff that's going on. He did not do that. But at the same time, they said, well, look, we're going to give him an opportunity. We don't feel it's a fireable offense. We feel it's a suspendable offense. So we're going to suspend you for 3 games. And then you'll be back for the rest of the season, and we'll move on.
3 games against D3 schools. Don't forget that.
They usually play 1 game in the beginning, but it's probably they may be down at Widener Tech.
Widener Tech.
Hey, what I say all the
No,
time.
no disrespect to Widener. It was a great. Coach Bill Manlove for years with Division III power.
Yeah, put yourself in the shoes of the university.
Yeah.
You might be making the same move.
AD,
or you're gonna be out.
Oh, it was the AD. Like the AD was like, look, man, we're not. This wasn't. They did the investigation, and a lot of times these investigations are to take the temperature to see if the temperature is getting hotter, or to see if the temperature is getting colder, or you're getting better. Is the situation healing, or is it flaring up, or whatever? And a lot of times these investigations they do 2 or 3 weeks, and the temperature was like, some people going both ways. So they said, look, we're gonna do a 3-game thing. We're gonna do 3 games. And go from there. You guys take on it. I just want to pat myself out. I was spot on.
Just tell Urban Meyer message. Tweet something to Donald Trump. Make Donald Trump do something crazy. It'll go away. He'll be all right. Then. Get Donald to do something crazy. But
so you won't be out of the headlines.
Yeah. 3 games. I don't think I think nobody should really lose their job over certain things. You know what I mean? Unless it's like something tragic. I don't really think he should lose his job over it. He wasn't.
He
prepared.
didn't commit any. He didn't do
nothing really wrong, and he lied to somebody that he could lie to. It wasn't like he was under oath or anything. It was a regular person he don't know. He lied to someone he could actually lie to. So I don't. Think
the only thing he was issued, I think they went back. He didn't report it. That's the only thing. He did not report it, and he had familiar.
Well, it's for me, it's. It has to do with domestic violence, all right? Domestic violence is not a good thing. You shouldn't be physically abusing anybody. You shouldn't, we should not be doing that, okay?
Right.
But if it's your brother, and that's what this brotherhood is about, right? And it does not mean that you accept just because it's your family or your brother, your uncle, that you say, oh, man, I love you, you hit on her. No, it's not that. It's okay. I don't live in your house, right? I can sit and tell you over a beer, dude, you are wrong.
Getting his ass.
And I can tell her also, I think that your husband or boyfriend is a jackass. I can say that.
Right.
But it's not my decision, right? Because I don't live in your home.
Right.
And I can still support both of you in that way. Like, I can see him saying, I'm not going to fire this guy because of that. Because, listen, it's a job, right? And the job takes care of his family. Right? So if they need to get adequate help because if they have a situation, I can do that. I don't have to, it's just not my situation.
Right.
To say, I'm going to say something to fire him. You know.
Yeah, I mean, he is a reporter. He could report. He had he had the be in compliance. He had like to issue that.
And nobody knows. He probably already touring one a couple times. You know what I mean?
I'm sure.
You know,
yeah, because that's what we do.
What are you doing?
Friends,
Right.
You know, in our fraternity or whatever.
We hold ourselves accountable, but outside we're not gonna hold ourselves accountable. You know, if something wrong, you know, I would never, you know, go against you. But if I see something you're doing wrong, oh look, we can't keep saying, we can't keep saying the man holding us down.
Exactly.
Like, you know, when I'm talking to me and you, like you got to get up off the couch. You know what I mean? You got to do something. But you know, out there, the man holding you down. You know what I mean? You know.
Yeah, so, you got to do something. You got to get up and do something. You got to take you know personal responsibility. Right. And that's basically what it boils down to, and that's what you look. And as you say, you can't hold a good man down, and you can't post you know, keep a bad man up. Things will happen and fall out. So it is what it is, and it takes its own natural course. But fellas, look, it was another good show. Definitely. Hit some topics, take the division. Next week, we want to finish up with AFC East and the NFC East.
Shout out to Tonisha Moore. She just checked in.
Oh, Tonisha. What's up, Nish?
Yeah.
Jay How's Reed. It going?
I don't know who she is.
Yeah.
Qantas Brown. What's happening? You don't know who Nish Moore is?
Yeah, I don't know that person. But they just showed up.
Shout out.
All right.
But definitely, me and Jonathan, we about to go up to Lancaster. Do a little beer fest like Mr. Bill Fit.
Yeah, I might have
see my boy Craig Rodenberger.
Millersville
guy, Craig Rodenberger, longtime friend from the Millersville University. Marauders, definitely. But guys, thanks as always. You know, getting this thing going, getting this thing rolling. About to jump into this NFL season, college football season too. Let's take a look at that.
Look at that. We got football from what? When does it start? Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah. It just
all
keeps
way
on
to Monday.
Yeah.
I'm at the cigar lounge watching preseason. All I keep saying is, we don't care who playing.
Keep your LBs down.
I need the game to be nice and clean.
Listen, y'all 190 guys, I don't want to see y'all go up to 250. All right, football season. Y'all 250 guys, I want to see y'all 300.
Yeah, it happened quick.
It's coming. Football season, beer wings, cheesesteaks.
Yeah, definitely.
And the couch.
And the couch.
Man, but you just can't lay on the couch you got to break yourself in. You got to start 2-3 hours to pull yourself up.
The couch had the same. Look, the one side of the couch got a dent in it. The rest of the couch is good, right?
Still get up there. Move around, get active, and do what you want to do. But, definitely, we're going to be out. We're going to take a pause for the calls and see you guys back here next week. Sports Talk Live from the Ranch. We out.
Yeah. Somebody said what's good or something. I just text them. I hit the like. Remember when somebody say something, I just hit the if somebody say something, you